Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're plunging into a topic that underpins so much of our modern world, yet often goes unseen: the global waterproofing chemicals market.
Right. It's everywhere, but you don't really think about it.
Exactly. We've tapped into some robust research from cognitive market research to pull back the curtain a bit, and I promise you, the growth trends we're about to uncover are genuinely, well, eye-opening.
Hmm.
Our mission, as always, is to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge so you can quickly get up to speed on what's truly driving this global industry.
And it's easy to overlook, but these waterproofing chemicals are fundamental, really fundamental. They're sort of the silent guardians of our built environment, shielding everything from the foundations of our homes to massive infrastructure projects. Think tunnels, bridges.
Right, keeping the water out.
Exactly, from the relentless assault of water. So understanding the dynamics of this market isn't just about numbers. It's about grasping a core demand that's expanding with global development itself.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, let's zoom out to the global view first. The research shows that in 2021, this market was already a multi-billion-dollar industry, valued at around $5.3 billion, give or take.
A significant size already, yeah.
But here's what's truly striking. It's projected to more than double. It could soar to nearly $12 billion by 2033.
Wow. Doubling.
Yeah, that translates to a robust annual growth rate of almost 7%, a key GR of 6.875%, to be precise.
Okay.
Now, this global average is impressive, but where is that growth really concentrated? Where is it actually happening?
Well, that global picture, while compelling, it actually masks some incredibly diverse and frankly fascinating regional stories.
Yeah.
If we dive into the specific patterns, we see that the demand for robust waterproofing isn't uniform at all.
Right.
And the drivers behind that demand are quite distinct across different parts of the world.
Absolutely. So let's peel back the layers.
Oh.
Let's start with the region that not only leads the market in sheer size, but also boasts one of the highest overall growth rates. That's Asia Pacific.
The powerhouse.
Definitely. This region accounted for well over $2 billion back in 2021. And it's projected to nearly double to almost $5 billion by 2033. That shows an annual growth rate exceeding 7%, 7.306% actually.
So even faster than the global average.
Exactly. And within Asia Pacific, China continues to be a massive player.
Yeah.
Huge. $688 million in 2021, heading towards $1.6 billion. That's nearly 7.5% growth.
Okay.
But what's particularly striking is India's trajectory.
India, yes.
It's set for really astonishing growth. We're talking 8.282% CAGR. Its market is projected to almost triple in size over the next decade, from about $260 million to nearly $675 million.
Triple. That's significant. The fastest in the region.
It's the fastest major market growth there, yeah. We also see very strong momentum across Southeast Asia. That's almost 8% growth. And places like Singapore, too, over 7.6%.
And what's fascinating about Asia-Pacific's dominance and this rapid expansion, it isn't just general urbanization, though that's part of it. It seems heavily influenced by these large-scale, often government-backed infrastructure projects.
Like with?
Well, think smart cities, vast transportation networks, maybe coastal developments. All these things demand cutting-edge waterproofing for long-term durability.
Makes sense,
Yeah.
especially with climate change concerns.
Exactly. Especially given the region's increasing vulnerability to, extreme weather events, they need that protection built in.
That paints a much clearer picture. Okay, now, prepare for what I think might be your aha moment.
Oh.
Because while Asia-Pacific dominates in market size, the continent showing the most remarkable and frankly astonishing growth rate is
Africa.
Africa, really.
Yes. This region is projected to surge from around $90 million in 2021, relatively small, right?
Compared to Asia-Pac, definitely.
But it's heading to nearly $300 million by 2033. And the annual growth rate, approaching a phenomenal 10%, 9.841% CAGR.
Wow, nearly 10%. That is remarkable. The fastest growing continent then.
By far. And here's where it gets really interesting. South Africa is projected to lead globally with the highest country-specific CAGR at 10.519%.
Over 10.5%. Incredible. Yeah. From about $33 million to over $110 million. And Nigeria is right up there, too. Strong at over 10% growth as well.
This kind of explosive growth in Africa, it really makes you think, doesn't it? What's truly fueling such a dynamic expansion?
What do you think?
Well, it points to a massive wave of fundamental infrastructure development. I mean, basic stuff, sometimes housing, commercial buildings, but also critical energy and transportation projects, things that are transforming economies across the continent.
Right. Building from the ground up in many cases.
Exactly. And many African nations are also prioritizing durable construction, maybe to enhance climate resilience against increasing rainfall, other environmental challenges. So waterproofing becomes an absolute necessity, not a luxury.
That level of transformation is incredible to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, building on that theme of rapid expansion, let's pivot slightly to another continent undergoing significant change, South America.
Okay. South America?
This market, which was around $330 million in 2021, is projected to reach over $800 million by 2033. That's with a healthy annual growth rate nearing 8%, 7.877%.
Still very strong growth then, faster than the global average.
Definitely. Brazil remains the largest market in the region, growing at about 7.75%.
Right, the regional giant.
But Argentina is actually growing even faster. It's the fastest in South America with an 8.422% CAGR predicted, from $59 million to over $150 million.
Interesting. So Brazil's the biggest, but Argentina's catching up faster in percentage terms.
Seems that way. Now, as we shift our focus,
Yeah.
what about the more mature but still, robust markets? Let's turn our attention to North America.
Okay, North America. Steady Eddie.
Sort of, yeah. This region generated nearly $1.6 billion in 2021, and it's forecasted to reach over $3.3 billion by 2033. So it's maintaining a solid annual growth rate of over 6%, 6.277%.
So still growing respectably then, even from a large base.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The United States continues to be the dominant force here naturally. Over $1.3 billion in 2021, heading towards $2.8 billion. That's about 6.16% growth.
Mm-hmm.
Canada is also seeing consistent growth, actually a bit faster than the U.S. at just over 7% CAGR.
Right.
Now, across the Atlantic, Europe also presents a story of steady progress. Similar vibes to North America, maybe.
Let's see the numbers.
The market here was just under $1 billion in 2021. And it's expected to more than double to over $2.1 billion by 2033. That comes out to an annual growth rate of around 6.5%. So slightly faster than North America, actually.
Oh, interesting. 6.464%. Okay.
Yeah. And interestingly, while countries like the UK, that's nearly 6.8% growth in Spain, also around 6.7%, show solid momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Germany stands out. It's projected as the fastest growing major market in Europe at almost 7.2% CAGR.
Germany leading the pace in Europe. Okay.
Yeah, from about $193 million to nearly $450 million. On the other hand, Russia's growth trajectory appears notably slower, just under 5% CAGR predicted.
Okay, a marked difference there.
Yeah, and other European countries show varied, but generally solid growth. France around 5.9%, Italy 6.1%, Sweden 6.6%, Denmark 6.2%, Switzerland 5.7%, Luxembourg 5.4%. So mostly in that 5-7% range.
A fairly consistent picture across Western and Northern Europe then, besides Russia.
Seems so. And finally, rounding out our global tour, we have the Middle East.
Okay, the Middle East.
While it shows the lowest overall growth rate among the regions we've discussed, it's still expanding. It's moving from just under $200 million in 2021 to projected near $400 million by 2033. The annual growth rate there is just above 5%, 5.169%.
So the slowest regional growth, but still positive expansion.
Right. Countries like Saudi Arabia, 5.25%, Turkey, 5.5%, and the UAE, 5.8% are contributing to this expansion, though, yeah, at a more moderate pace compared to Africa or Asia-Pac. Egypt is a bit slower at 4.6%, Qatar around 4.9%.
Got it. So what this comprehensive regional data really highlights, I think, is this fascinating duality within the global waterproofing chemicals market.
Duality. How so?
Well, on one side, you have the stable, established economies like North America and, well, much of Europe. Here, consistent demand for maintenance, renovation, and new, often high-spec construction ensures steady progress, solid, predictable growth.
Okay. Makes sense.
Then, starkly contrasting this, you see this explosive driving expansion in developing nations across Asia-Pacific, South America, and particularly Africa. There, the fundamental need for new infrastructure, mass housing projects, that's fueling truly remarkable growth figures.
So established versus emerging needs driving different speeds.
Precisely. But it all circles back to the universal and, frankly, ever-increasing demand for protecting our built environment from water damage, whether it's a new skyscraper or fixing an old roof.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener, trying to, make sense of these global economic currents?
Well,
It means the waterproofing chemicals market isn't just growing. It's undergoing this really fascinating geographical rebalancing. Asia-Pacific is the current heavyweight, right?
No.
Expanding rapidly. But you've got to keep a very close eye on Africa. It's emerging as the undisputed growth leader. which hints at these profound development stories unfolding there.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, those mature markets are showing that even established economies have a persistent and growing need for these critical materials. It's not fading away.
No, definitely not. So, in essence, the market is experiencing robust, multi-speed global growth. It's driven by both foundational development in emerging economies and those ongoing protection needs in mature markets.
And ultimately, this growth pattern just underscores how vital it is to safeguard our built environment. Everything from our individual homes to these immense, complex infrastructure projects, guarding them against the elements.
Yeah, fundamental protection.
Right. So thinking about all this, given these diverse growth rates and the varying needs across different regions, what might be the next big innovation?
The what next question.
Yeah. What could accelerate growth even further, especially in those rapidly expanding markets like Africa or parts of Asia? Could it be, I don't know, a new material?
Or maybe a new application method, something faster or cheaper.
Or even a different business model, maybe focusing on accessibility in those developing regions?
Yeah, could be any of those. Definitely something to chew on.
It is. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope this gave you some useful insights,
Hope so too.
and we encourage you to keep exploring.